Self-esteem high like Pluto. Arrogant as fuck, hopping out the Benz Tudo. Up in the club, confidence like a model. Smoking on a swisher, just caught me a bottle. Step to a bitch and she fronted on me.
I saw Egyptian Lover before your set. How was that?
Egyptian Lover, growing up, I bought his records, like when I was 14, 15, like just getting into hip-hop. To share the stage with them was pretty, like if you had asked me back then, I wouldn't have believed it, because I actually went to his show and it was sold out, and my mom dropped me off and I just had to wait. There was like no cell phones back then. So I waited and called her from a payphone. I waited till she got home, but I got to hear the show from outside, and today I got to see it from like stage, so it's a lot different.
How did that transpire? Like it was a surprise for us. Like we're coming to see you, and then Egyptian Lover was on stage. So.
I know, yeah. I mean, he was on the bill, and Nucleus. I didn't know that either of them were on the bill, like doing live stuff. And for me, like to follow live performances with a DJ set's kind of difficult. Like I didn't really want to do it that way, but it was what it was. It worked out. I mean, definitely, like it was just a matter of me, like kind of changing the vibe to be like more of a dance thing,
So how do you work, like when you're doing stuff on the fly? Like what kind of equipment do you use, first of all?
Well, when I DJ, I got to use the Technique 1200s. It's always my favorite, since I was a kid. And it really, like, depends from gig to gig. A lot of times I'll do all 45s, all vinyl, all 7 inches. Sometimes I do Serato. Tonight I did Serato. And a lot of times I do video as well. So tomorrow night I'm doing all music videos. And that's like, really confusing, but it's a lot of fun. It's like, it's fun because you get to see, like, I do a lot of, like you heard today, I did a lot of older music that people might not have known, some new music that people knew. And with the videos, I do the same thing. I try to like just go all over the place from the 1950s till 2008.
So like, where do you find your music when you're looking for like stuff? Do you look through crates? Do you look through like online Beatport, whatever? Like, where do you find most like your music?
Yeah, Beatport's definitely a source. iTunes obviously, but really, like when I get to travel, I always like go to record stores every chance I get. I don't really, like if I'm in Paris, I don't see the Eiffel Tower, or I don't see Big Ben in London. I'm always going to the record store. Like, my mom used to give me a hard time about it, but I love you, Mom. No, she would be like, why are you like, halfway around the world, you're not seeing like but I do a lot of 45 sets. I do a lot of hip hop with 45s, because hip hop people they don't associate that with 7-inch. Like people, when they think of 7 inches, they really think of like the 60s, but there was a lot of 45s still happening in the 80s and 90s, and to this day, I actually started releasing 45s on my label like several years ago, and I would get made fun of for doing it, originally, but now like people kind of understand, like, there's a lot of benefits to 45s as well. The little records, the benefit is you can bring way more with you, on like if you're traveling out of town and stuff. For me, like, it's partially that, but then also it's a little harder to spin with them, so when the crowd's watching, they're a little more impressed if you're actually mixing with 45s or like going back to back and all that. So, but I would say the main benefit for me is, well, actually no, there's a third benefit. A lot of songs were only released on 45. They weren't released on album or CD or anything like that. So you get a lot of like rare stuff that other DJs don't have that way, and all different styles of music too. Like, obviously like reggae, the whole reggae culture was based around the 45. Yeah, so.